Can you talk about some of your favorite books that you've published over the years?
Sure. One of the first ones I did was when I was still exploring, trying to find all the old photos of Lynchburg that I could find, which was sort of my mission for a while and still is. I called up a man named Gibson Hobbs and asked him if he had any old photos of Lynchburg, because he probably wasn't the oldest person I knew, but he looked like the oldest person I knew. There he is. And so I went to his house and found that he did have a few personal pictures of Lynchburg, but he had a ton, thousands of pictures of the James River and Kanawha Canal. And so in the process of scanning some of his photos, I ended up making a book, and it took 6 years, and poor Gibson died before it was finished, but we finally did The Canal on the James by Gibson Hobbs, and it has all of his, it's mostly made of talks that he had given to people, and I added his photos and some other photos that I had, and then I added maps, because he had mapped the entire canal from where it started to where it ended, and his maps looked like that, which were a little messy, and I loved them. They were fun because they were full of information, but he also had people's phone numbers and all kinds of stuff, so I figured that wasn't too cool. So I redid all the maps, and then I put pictures of what you were seeing alongside. So we not only have the USGS maps with all of the canal works illustrated, but we have photos of them where possible. So that was one book that we did. As I say, it took 6 years, but got that done. And then afterwards, we wanted to get the book into schools, and so we developed a little children's book to go with it called Canaling on the James and Kanawha, which is what this man named George Bagby, who was a newspaper man in Lynchburg, had written about a trip he took in 1841 as a little boy from Richmond to Lynchburg on the canal. And I got Stan Webb to illustrate it with all these little cartoons. So it's sort of a coloring book and a storybook. And Stan did a great job of that, and even added things like puzzles and mazes and that kind of thing to it. So this was a little freebie book that we did that all the fourth graders in the schools around here got